Coach Clemick here with Coach Hallsupple. We're going to finish up and wrap up the day of training today. There's a whole day of center of mass management, and it's pretty much the most fun workout of the week, but it's also the most challenging also because you're doing things you're trying to familiarize your body with and to adapt to things that are very hard to do. Some of the exercises today were it looks super easy, but even for the elite level athlete, it were kind of hard. But so today we were looking at, and we'll pull the workout up here. The exercises were lateral bounds. Doesn't seem that hard. Negatives on the squats, uphill. Negative lunges up the hill. These two things have been the funniest things to watch. We have such elite level athletes, and they were really struggling with it, falling off the box and stuff like that. So when you see some videos we'll post up of people fumbling this up, wait till you see this in about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and you'll see how smooth the transitions were. What was your final thoughts on the day?
Yeah, I mean, the squats are definitely really funny to watch. I thought that, the focus of today was not necessarily the center of mass management out of frame like it normally is on a center of mass day, but it was more of just making sure that we had the right fundamentals in squats, in, the actual deceleration fundamentals, like we were doing some depth drops, just landing, working on decompression. We did some overspeed work and decompression, but we mainly focused at the hip, knee, and ankle state aligned. And I think that's a very important part of sport, especially with all the basketball players we have coming in now, learning how to land and getting in and out of frame safely.
You had probably the best 2-minute explanation of the workout today. But we're always trying to get it in 1 minute.
Yeah,
I don't think you could get that much information in 1 minute. Why don't you try to get it in right now in 1 minute? What you put out there today was great.
Yeah, so I think I'll try to put it out in a minute here. Lateral displacement was a main focus, so the ability to displace yourself side to side quickly, max force output in the most minimal amount of time. Deceleration, which we define as the negative change of rate of speed, and that just is you coming from a high velocity and stopping very quickly down a low velocity. And we talk about all the time how stopping faster, you can play faster. If you have all this acceleration work, you have all this top speed work, you're running very, very fast, and then you can't stop. You're a very one-dimensional athlete. So I covered a lot of that today. One of the biggest points that I hit on was body recoding or movement recoding. So all that basically means is we wanted to make sure that our athletes were moving correctly, everything in line, the hip, the knee, the ankle, the hip, the knee, the ankle. And that was for deceleration, that was on the squats, that was on the lunges, uphill. And that leads me into the next, which was the ankle complex. And I think that this has been the biggest eye-opener for me in the past, couple months, just seeing all these RSI score come in, and you just see that our fastest athletes have the best calf complex, the best ankle complex, and that's giving them the higher RSI scores. Like, Luke Halburn, he's one of the fastest 100-meter kids in the state. I think he might be the fastest in his class, like in his class for the state. He ran 10.6 last year, and he came in, never did an RSI test before, and tested at 3.26, 3.27. So we focused a lot on that today, building the soleus, building the calf, building the anterior tibialis, and the Achilles to just stabilize everything in the lower leg. It's huge today for us.
This perfectly said. I mean, we have a 2-minute clip of that also that with explanation. It was drawn on the board. It was absolutely perfectly done. I was like, I have nothing else to say to that. So I kind of walked away. It was such a great explanation. When I learned from my coach, the guy that I hired, that's saying something. It was a very good explanation. A person, and I'm going to show the video. I'm pulling videos up here on my iPad, and the girl, Kennedy Broughton, really brought it today on that workout. Some of the stuff that she did, her positioning was so perfect.
Yeah,
now, I heard she's a very coachable kid. I've had her very young, but to watch her move in that lateral movement, she got it. Like, this was her day. Like, she was MVP today.
Yeah.
But we have some really elite level athletes in there. Samaj Bhatia, Elijah Brown, Carmine Salsto, and some guys and Luke Hallbrunner in there that can really displace themselves well. It was hilarious to see her tearing them up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're just athletic as they are. They struggle with some of this stuff that Kennedy really, really did really well on. Neat to see.
Yeah, and we'll throw those all up. They'll be thrown in right here. You'll get to see kind of like the video highlights of some of the athletes today.
People coming in to test, when we exit test, this is one of those things that's sneaky. And when we put the scores together, the way that we use the lateral bound, the vertical leap, the broad jump, the 10-yard accelerations, and all those times and numbers, that's a sneaky number, that lateral bound, that can really help you improve your effective range score or your IDS or initial displacement score. And it's sneaky. We saw people's scores going. Owen Andrews, a big one, who would like kind of, he's sneaky about his scores, but he's slowly going up, and he's really focusing on things that other people weren't. And now everyone's paying attention because he's scoring 7,000 points. As soon as you score 7,000, that's like a Division I level caliber athlete. So 7,000 points is what to shoot for a guy, 4,000 for a girl. And we have a couple girls over 4,000 already. Yeah. But that one score got to be sneaky and help people tremendously when they improved at it. And it's going to show up on the field. That's going to show up immediately. Yep. And some of the exercises that we did today, I'm pulling them straight out of the book. These are Charlie Joyner exercises, but we just add some resistance to it. Charlie Joyner was a Hall of Fame receiver who was also could be a Hall of Fame wide receivers coach if they had something like that, but he was such a good coach, and he understood that we were all like world-class sprinters, but he's like, that's not what's making you a good route runner. Your route runner is your ability to decelerate. And so you can't play fast. So today was all about that, and we hit that home pretty hard. So from Clemic Performance Method Studios in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, we are going to wrap it up for the day, but that's it. This is a segment that we'll probably do over and over, and just kind of give our final thoughts of the day. And we'll probably put this on our own channel or Discord, so our parents can see it and kind of watch the results of the day. So, all right. Till next time.